As fighting intensifies in Donbass, the Russian Ministry of Defense says that nearly 600 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed by the Russian military in just the past 24 hours. Russia's defense ministry has stated more than 15 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles were destroyed in the past day, adding that the Russian army also destroyed more than 10 combat vehicles and several pieces of artillery. It says the most intense fighting is in the Donetsk Republic, where Russian troops took out more than 300, Ukrainian soldiers. RT's Igor Zhdanov is in the Lugansk Republic following the Russian advance. A warning: you may find this report disturbing.
We are following Russian special forces in the forest outside Kremenная. The advance in February here was swift. Dead bodies, they are scattered all over the woodland. They line up the roads like this guy. He was a Middle Eastern mercenary, judging by the documents that were retrieved on him. The Ukrainian command, his Ukrainian comrades, simply didn't have time to extract this body.
This particular soldier is a foreigner. Documents were found with him and they were transferred to relevant authorities. His nationality is from an Arab state, which proves once again that we are not fighting with the people of Ukraine, but with a rabble of mercenaries who came here to die for a few extra dollars.
A few weeks ago, the road we're following was the exact geographic line separating the two armies. Not anymore. When the Russian airborne troops came, Kiev soldiers didn't even have time to think. So the very soldiers who fought over the control of these positions, they shared some interesting insight into how they managed to capture these trenches and foxholes. Basically, the Russian positions, they were maybe 50 to 80 meters away from here, behind the road. And so at night, well, they took the enemy by the element of surprise, and you can see the result of the onslaught. Dead Ukrainian soldiers, and well, the Russians are now fully in control of this part of the forest. The front hasn't moved far from this place. This airborne unit is the cornerstone of Russia's infantry fist here.
We are now at the front where our positions are located, and the enemy is behind the field. We observe and destroy them.
The noise of a Ukrainian machine gun pierces the stale, humid air. Russian soldiers respond with grenade launchers. Soon we hear Ukrainian soldiers unleash their assault rifles. They're trying to shoot down a surveillance drone hovering above the pines. Russian troops here have a more efficient weapon against this type of threat. So this is one very interesting trophy that I hold in my hand. This drone used to belong to the Ukrainian army, but the Russian special forces, they did shoot it down with a special anti-drone gun. You can see its brains have been completely melted by the electromagnetic waves.
I have in my hands an advanced anti-drone rifle. With a directed pulse, it burns the electronics of enemy drones. With it, we can land drones to use them ourselves. If there is no way to land them, we destroy them.
Major town of Kremenная is within a 10-minute drive. But soldiers around us can't afford to think in such distances. For them, a few dozen meters is all that separates the place where they sleep from the place where they fight. I'm Igor Zhdanov reporting from the Donbass, RT.